Mom, can you hear me okay? In Olympia, Washington, there stands a strong and beautiful table that once was a big leaf maple tree. Underneath that table is an inscription that reads, "My dad told me I could do anything." In my home hangs a clock that was once a Russian olive tree. It's a clock that my father made for me. It matches one that he made for each of his sons. I'm told that my brother went out exploring near our new home in Orem, Utah, and returned with that tree, which was planted in the new yard. The tree grew, and so did the boys living in that home. The tree provided shade. The boys provided sunshine. The mother and father provided love. My father once told me that a man's success is measured by the love that he feels for his fellow men. To be loved is a most desirable thing, and it comes about when a person has love for others. Once, when he was attempting to help me deal with my own children, he told me, "The one thing that I think will make the biggest impact is showing our love for one another in various ways. Not just saying it, but by sometimes small actions, and also by allowing them to say, 'I want to have a husband or wife like my parents.' I know that when love is expressed to another, they are likely to return that love." My father taught this simple principle to all of us by example. And I think we should hold him to his words. I think we should measure his success by the love he felt and gave. In that respect, I'd like to testify that he somehow accomplished the impossible. He did the $5 job. And a few minutes ago, I put the $5 bill in his hands to thank him. What's to be found in our home, you say? Just the usual windows and doors, chairs and tables and beds where we lay. There's a furnace and carpeted floors, plus a pantry filled with food from the stores. It's warm in the winter. In summer, it's nice. The chimney's fine, the roof doesn't leak. But wait, there are flaws in our edifice. In some certain parts, the floor doth creak. What makes it a home? Of this I shall speak. There's a secret part where the kids did hide as they played peekaboo with their dad. And the door is scarred with cracks inside, slammed by a son when he was mad. Soon the anger melted and we're glad. And that rhymes with Brad. There's a scar on a door just upstairs, left by a son who claimed his domain. On one family night, we dropped some eclairs. Spots on the floor to this day do remain. But love in our hearts we did gain. So what's to be found in our home? I say that in each corner fond memories reside, as friends and loved ones come our way to look at our home and come inside. What's in our home, you decide. The truth of the matter, I'll tell you sure. Whether your home be of wood or of brick, whether your family is rich or poor, if you want to make things really tick, have love in your home. That's the trick. My dad had tremendous love, but he also had tremendous faith. I still lean on that faith to support my own. Keith Smith was a bishop before I was born. He impacted the lives of a great many people. This was evidence to me as a child when we returned to his former ward for a very special fast and testimony meeting where I was able to hear about it firsthand. To tell you the truth, I don't really remember all the words that were said by so many people that day as they stood. I don't really remember what my father said. I don't really remember what his brother Roger stood and said. But I remember the feeling. And I remember after the meeting in the parking lot, when my brother Rick pulled me aside privately and encouraged me to serve a mission someday. And he said, "There's something there." I did serve a mission. On the final day, I remember being extremely sick in a hotel in Tokyo, Japan, facing the prospect of enduring a 14-hour flight home the following morning. My dad was there with me to teach me about faith by example one more time. He laid his hands upon my head, and he called upon the powers of heaven, and he healed me right then and there. You were right, Rick. There is something there. I'd like to thank that something right now for giving me the greatest father I could ever hope for. And for providing a way for me to be with him again someday. Even though we miss you, Dad, we remember all the times we had. Everybody here has felt your love. Every morning when we rise, we won't forget the look in your eyes that tells us everything is going to be
All right.